Hello and welcome to another edition of Explore. Now look, it's our travel show where we take you all around the world to some places, well, where we hope we can inspire you to visit. They are absolutely amazing.
And Trev, how about this for spectacular?
Yeah, it is.
A majestic castle overlooking one of the richest cities in Northern Europe. Now it's home to one of the most charming group of people you'll ever meet anywhere. There's fantastic scenery, wonderful gardens, the food is terrific. To give you a clue, this is Belfast Castle overlooking the loch and the city of Belfast.
Now there's no better way to start your trip through Northern Ireland than with a taxi tour through the city of Belfast. Now Nev, our tour guide today is a bit of a legend when it comes to taking people around Belfast. Now Billy Scott, Black Cab Taxis.
Hey, Trevor.
Hey mate,
welcome to Belfast.
Neville,
thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Hang on a second, Black Cabs, how come this is red?
Hey, Neville, you're in Ireland.
Okay.
It's a red black cab.
Now this castle is incredible.
That's something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. Dates back to 1870. It was modelled on Balmoral Castle in Scotland, a Scottish baronial style, and it sits here in 700 acres of parkland.
It's just beautiful, yeah. It's a spectacular view too.
Enjoyed the gardens.
They're magnificent, aren't they?
Now how about showing us around Belfast?
I'd love to show you around my city.
All right.
You gonna jump in?
I will.
Find something?
Billy, what's this building over here on the left?
Glad you asked me that. That's the drawing offices. And this is where Harland and Wolff, this is where all their ships were designed and here to live. This is actually where Thomas Andrews, who was their chief designer at the turn of the 20th century, this is where he designed the Titanic. Those cranes are the main flight path in the Belfast City Airport. So now we tell people H&W stands for hello and welcome. So this is where the Titanic was completed, guys, just in the left-hand side here. So that's our claim to fame in Belfast. We built the unsinkable ship. It was unsinkable when it left Belfast, okay? It had certificates and all. It also had an English captain, so it wasn't actually our fault.
Say no more.
And it was a Canadian iceberg, is that true?
Of course it was. So we're leaving behind the Titanic Quarter, guys, and we're heading up into West Belfast. At the turn of the 20th century, Belfast was the only truly industrialised city in Ireland. And here in the Northern Ireland, it was predominantly Protestant Unionists. So there was discrimination against Catholics. In the 1960s, you had the global rise of the civil rights movement, and that was to fight against this discrimination against Catholics. Now, this area we're in now is known as the Peace Wall. This side is predominantly Protestant, Unionist, Loyalist. They wish to maintain the status quo of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. On the far side, it's Catholic, Nationalist, Republican. They wish to have a united Ireland. Now, this area here exploded into violence in the late 1960s, as has periodically happened over the past 800 years since England attempted to plant a settlement of British people here in Ireland.
So, Billy, what's the story behind the murals?
Well, the murals down the years, they were used for sort of creating and maintaining a collective conscience, instilling confidence in your identity. And then they were also used for marking out territory. The hooded gunman in the middle of the blue wall's a bit sinister looking, but you see he's pointing a gun at us. Yeah. No matter where you are in here, he's going to be pointing a gun at you, okay? So it's like a Mona Lisa. You know how the Mona Lisa's eyes follow you?
Yeah.
It follows you. Oh, hey, see coming up on our left-hand side is a little haven in the city. Is Botanical Gardens. And I guarantee you're going to love this place.
Stop the cab. Stop the cab.
Okay.
I can't get out of my seatbelt fast enough.
Well, thanks, Billy.
It's been lovely.
Okay,
mate.
guys.
But we're out of here. We're going to go and enjoy this botanical garden of yours.
Guys, enjoy yourselves. It was lovely meeting you.
A unique feature of Belfast's botanical garden is the tropical ravine. In the 1880s, a ravine was enclosed with a brick and glass structure, and hot water was pumped through pipes to create a warm, humid, tropical atmosphere. Now, there's a heap of exotic beauties here that would expire within minutes if exposed to a chilly Irish winter. These include the soft tree fern, spreading its fronds beautifully and unblemished in this protected environment. This splendid cycad hails from Queensland, Australia. Gingers come from equatorial climates, and aren't these flowers just gorgeous? South America's climbing mandevillas have sweetly perfumed, pure white blooms. Coming up a little later, we take you into another botanical treasure in these gardens. It's historic, spectacular, and you won't want to miss it.
Belfast City has a lot to offer when it comes to finding a good bargain.
And to get you started on your shopping, what you need to know is that Northern Ireland is still using the pound. And at the moment, the pound is worth about $2.30 Australian. Now, to give you an idea, a cup of coffee is going to cost you about $4, and a decent meal at a restaurant is going to cost you about the same as what you'd pay back home in Australia.
Coming up after the break, well, we head into one of the country's most beautiful gardens, Rowellen, and we meet one of the top garden gurus in Northern Ireland. He's an absolute character, John Cushney.
Northern Ireland offers one of the most friendly tourism experiences in the world. Find out more by visiting discoverireland.com.au. Aer Lingus can fly you to Belfast or Dublin via San Francisco or Hong Kong. If you're already planning to visit London, you can fly Aer Lingus to Dublin for just £25. But be quick, this offer is valid from the 1st of April to the 24th of September 2009.
Getting to the Oyster Festival in Galway might not be as easy as it seems.
Beautiful day.
Whereabouts do you live?
Down at the end of the lake there.
Which way to Galway?
We go past the hotel.
By the gable of a long, abandoned cottage, crippled tree whose apples grew on a branch in Eden.
But if you don't make it, there's always tomorrow.